Shadows. At the end of this session, you will be able to explain how shadows are formed, learn about umbra and penumbra. What is a shadow? A shadow is an area where direct light from a light source cannot reach because it is obstructed by an object. Let us perform the following activity to understand how a shadow is formed. Allow the light from a lamp to fall on a table. Place a book between the lamp and the table. What do you notice? A dark area is formed on the table behind the book. This is the shadow of the book. This dark area called a shadow is formed because the book is opaque and it obstructs light from passing through it. The shape of the shadow depends on the following factors: the shape of the object, the distance and position of the source of light, the size of the source of light. Now, if we consider the sun to be the main source of light, we will observe that sunlight causes objects to have shadows of various sizes at different times of the day. That is, the shadow of an object placed under sunlight changes in length and direction during the day as the sun changes its position in the sky. Let us perform the following activity to understand how a shadow is formed due to point source of light. You will need a ball, a source light, a cardboard box, a screen, a table or any other base. Place the source light on one end of the table and a screen on the other end. Cover the light with the cardboard box. Make a small hole on one side of the box and allow some light to pass through it. Now, place a ball between the source light and the screen so that a sharp dark shadow of the ball is formed on the screen. Let us consider the source light to be at point P. When the rays of light travel from point P to the screen, they are obstructed by the ball at points A and B. Therefore, the rays PA and PB fall on the screen at the points X and Y respectively, and the area between X and Y on the screen is dark. If you take the ball nearer to the screen, the shadow becomes smaller, and if you take it away from the screen, the shadow becomes larger. Now, if you see another object instead of a ball, for example a toy car, you will notice that the shape of the shadow will also change. We can perform the same experiment using a large source of light. In such a case, where the source of light is larger, the shadow formed on the screen has two parts, umbra and penumbra. The innermost and the darkest part, that is, the part between points X and Y, which does not receive any light, is the umbra. The region outside the umbra, in which only a portion of light source is obstructed by the object, is the penumbra. The region outside the penumbra receives light from the entire source and is bright. Shadows of flying objects. When you try to locate the shadow of an flying object, for example a bird or an airplane which is flying high up in the air in sunlight, you will not be able to locate a shadow. That is because when the flying object obstructs sunlight, it is high up in the air and therefore its umbra does not reach the earth. The penumbra is formed, but is so faint that it is not visible to the naked eye. The two reasons why the shadow of a flying object is not formed are: the sun is a very large source of light. Therefore, a very small umbra is formed when the bird obstructs its light. there is a large distance between the flying object and the ground. On the other hand, if the bird is flying low, for example, at a height of 2 or 3 feet above the ground, the shadow of the bird can be easily visible on the ground.